Hi, this is Mike Henriksen from O'Reilly Media on the Velocity 2011 show floor. I'm here with John Willis from Rundeck. Hey, John, what has your experience been like with Velocity this year?
Well, this is my third year at Velocity, and honestly, I'm such a geek that this is, other than Family Matters, this is my favorite week of the year, actually. Combining Velocity with DevOps Days, which is starting tomorrow. We did that last year and this year, and it's a great week for people who like, web operations, IT operations. It's awesome.
Can you explain a little bit what DevOps Days are?
So DevOps Days was originally started in 2009, and a gentleman named Patrick Dubois. Actually, what he was looking to do is start a Velocity, actually, and at that point there was not a whole lot of interest in doing it in Europe, and so he decided to run his own conference, and he just decided it was actually the start of this idea of dev and ops getting together. So he basically created a conference called DevOps Days, and there were some key people that went to that conference. I was one of them, people from London, people from Australia, and really out of that conference, it was about 30 people there. We spread out around the world and started doing conferences, and the following year we did DevOps Mountain View, DevOps Days Mountain View, the 2 days right after last year's Velocity conference, and it was 300 people. This year it's even going to be better. So it's a kind of a world conference, typically one in Europe in October, and now I think we'll just keep this theme going, one with Velocity every year.
So maybe you can follow along with our Velocity Berlin and Velocity Beijing as well with your DevOps Days.
Yeah, no, I just heard this week that you guys are going to be doing Velocity in Europe, and so I think so. I think that's going to be the plan. It's a great follow-on, right? The community. In fact, last year when we were scheduling the Velocity meetup, I'm sorry, not the Velocity, but the DevOps Day meetup, we were concerned that on Friday after 2 days of Velocity, people might be geeked out, and that was like, should we do it earlier in the week? And I was running a session at 4 o'clock on Friday last year after Velocity, and there was still 280 people in the room, and they were just as excited as they were on Tuesday from Velocity. So that's when I knew the movement was pretty serious.
What, did you ply them full of sugar and candy and everything?
No, it's what the movement that's going on. The sugar and candy is DevOps, honestly. Yeah, so
it's passion running them.
It is passion. The whole movement really is an interesting. It's like 3 years old, and the idea that this movement has went from really one guy putting a stake in the ground to now showing up on Gartner and Forrester's main pages without any commercial backing is kind of, I think, a sign of our times, how cultural movements and social movements are, but also the passion of the people that have put in the energy to make this thing happen.
So is there a way for people to get involved with the DevOps Days?
Yeah, there's two things. So one of the things we do with Detailed Solutions, we do DevOps workshops around the Cloud Camp. So if people are familiar with cloudcamp.com, we are doing a whole set of DevOps workshops, or DevOpsCamps.com. So if you follow the kind of Cloud Camp and Dave Nelson and those guys, and then also there's DevOps Days. DevOpsDays.org is kind of the portal for all the activity of these events I've been talking about. So.
Excellent, John. Let's keep this passion and momentum going, and thank you for all your efforts.
Yeah, so it's going to be great. So
we'll see you next year at 2012.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.